My beloved child. Don't skip, because what you are about to hear is not a story that reveals itself all at once. It unfolds quietly, through moments that seem ordinary until every hidden piece suddenly connects. Someone who stays close to you knows far more about your journey than they have ever admitted, and lately their actions have become more careful than their words. They appear relaxed, they smile at the right moments, and they continue every conversation as if nothing has changed, yet behind that calm expression they are carrying information that could completely reshape the way you see your own path. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This is not about fear or panic. It is about recognizing that every unexpected silence, every strange coincidence, and every small detail may be part of a plan that has been developing without your attention. While you have been focusing on your future, someone else has been quietly watching events unfold, believing they understand where your journey is leading before you even arrive there. There is another side to this story that almost nobody notices. Sometimes people become connected with situations much bigger than themselves, not because they wish to harm anyone, but because they believe they are protecting something they consider important. The person closest to you may be caught between loyalty, responsibility, and their own uncertainty. They keep conversations short whenever certain topics appear. They change expressions for only a second before returning to normal. Those tiny moments disappear so quickly that most people ignore them, but they leave behind questions that refuse to disappear. Don't skip. Every chapter of your life has prepared you to remain calm instead of reacting too quickly, because the greatest discoveries are never made by rushing to conclusions. They are made by patiently observing what others overlook. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part will uncover why recent events that looked completely unrelated may actually fit together in a way that nobody expected. Before everything becomes clear, remember one important truth. Real strength does not come from suspicion, it comes from wisdom, patience, and the ability to wait until every fact is visible. What seems mysterious today may have a simple explanation tomorrow, but until that moment arrives, your greatest advantage is staying calm while everyone else reacts emotionally. The person standing close to you may soon face a decision that changes everything, and when that moment comes, hidden intentions will no longer remain hidden. The mask will slowly disappear, conversations will begin to make sense, and the missing pieces will finally connect into one complete picture. Don't skip, because the next part reveals what this person has been quietly preparing for, why recent coincidences feel impossible to ignore, and how the truth may arrive from the last place anyone would ever expect. A quiet shift is already beginning, even if nobody around you has noticed it yet. The smallest details are becoming the loudest clues. A conversation that ended too quickly, an unexpected phone call, a sudden change of plans, or someone asking questions that seem harmless on the surface may all point toward a larger picture that has not fully appeared. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The person close to you has been trying to balance two different worlds, believing they can keep both separated forever. Yet every hidden plan eventually reaches the moment when it can no longer remain invisible. You do not need to force the truth to appear. Time has a remarkable way of bringing hidden intentions into the light without anyone expecting it. Don't skip, because what happens next is not about chasing answers. It is about watching the answers quietly come to you. There is another reason this story matters. People often believe that keeping a secret gives them complete control, but the longer a secret is carried, the heavier it becomes. The person near you has started noticing that the weight of what they know is changing the way they speak, the way they react, and even the way they look at you. They never imagined that one ordinary moment could suddenly connect every missing piece. What seemed like random events may soon form a pattern that cannot be ignored. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next step in this journey does not begin with a dramatic confrontation. It begins with one unexpected discovery that changes the meaning of everything you believed was ordinary. The most surprising part has not happened yet. The truth is moving closer with every passing day, and when it arrives, it may not come through the person you have been watching at all. It could come through an unnoticed detail, an unexpected conversation, or a simple moment that seems unimportant until you look back and realize it explained everything. That is why patience is your greatest strength right now. While others rush to create stories before the facts are complete, you are being prepared to see the full picture exactly as it is. Don't skip, because the next part reveals what this hidden plan was truly leading toward, why every recent coincidence now matters, and how one unexpected moment could change the direction of this entire story. Another chapter of this story is quietly unfolding where almost nobody thinks to look. The person close to you has begun realizing that every decision creates a trail, and even the smallest choice leaves behind a clue. That is why their confidence is no longer as steady as it once appeared. They pause before answering simple questions. They carefully choose their words. They seem to know more than they are willing to explain, yet they also know that hidden information cannot remain hidden forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The turning point is approaching, and it will not arrive with loud drama. It will arrive through one moment that suddenly makes weeks of confusing events fit together like pieces of the same puzzle. There is something even more surprising beneath the surface. The plan that seemed carefully organized has started changing in ways nobody expected. Circumstances never stay frozen, and people often discover that reality moves differently from the picture they imagined in their minds. The person near you may have believed they understood every outcome, but unexpected developments have forced them to question their own decisions. This is why their behavior feels different lately. They are observing more than speaking. They are waiting more than acting. Every passing day increases the pressure to reveal what has remained unspoken. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What looks like silence today may soon become the very thing that uncovers the truth. The final piece of this stage is closer than it appears. You are entering a season where patience becomes more valuable than assumptions. The truth has a way of revealing itself at exactly the right time, often through ordinary moments that nobody pays attention to until afterward. One unexpected conversation, one overlooked detail, or one simple decision could become the key that explains everything that once seemed confusing. Don't skip, because the next part will reveal why this hidden situation is reaching its conclusion, what unexpected event begins to expose the full picture, and why the ending may be completely different from what anyone first imagined. The story now reaches a point where silence becomes more revealing than words. Every hidden situation eventually creates a moment when it can no longer remain perfectly controlled, and that moment is drawing closer. The person who has stayed near you is beginning to understand that keeping every detail carefully separated is becoming more difficult with each passing day. Small inconsistencies are appearing where none existed before. A familiar routine changes without explanation. An ordinary meeting suddenly feels different. A simple conversation ends sooner than expected. None of these moments prove anything on their own, but together they create a pattern that is impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next step is not about guessing. It is about allowing every missing piece to arrive naturally until the complete picture stands on its own. What makes this chapter remarkable is that the biggest revelation may not come from the person you have been watching. It may come from someone who has quietly observed everything from a distance without saying a single word. People often overlook those who simply listen, yet they notice details that everyone else misses. As events continue to unfold, those forgotten details begin connecting in unexpected ways. A forgotten promise, an unusual schedule, or a conversation that once seemed meaningless may suddenly explain why recent events unfolded exactly as they did. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because every unexpected coincidence is moving toward one clear moment of understanding. The closer that moment comes, the harder it becomes for hidden intentions to remain hidden. Now the story is preparing for its most important turn so far. Instead of reacting to uncertainty, remain focused on what is real, what is observable, and what becomes clear with time. The strongest position is never created through assumptions but through patience and careful attention. Very soon, someone will make a choice that changes the direction of everything that has been quietly building beneath the surface. When that happens, confusion will begin to disappear, unanswered questions will finally have context, and what once looked disconnected will suddenly make complete sense. Don't skip, because the next part reveals the unexpected decision that shifts the entire story and explains why this hidden situation is approaching its defining moment. The next stage begins with a moment so ordinary that most people would overlook it completely. A familiar place, a routine conversation, or a simple message may seem insignificant at first, yet it carries a meaning that only becomes clear later. The person close to you is starting to realize that every action leaves behind a trace, and those traces are beginning to connect. They once believed everything could remain separated, but circumstances have changed. The more they try to keep everything balanced, the more difficult that balance becomes. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What has remained hidden is slowly moving toward a point where it can no longer stay in the background. There is another layer that has not yet been revealed. Not every plan reaches the ending that was originally expected. Sometimes new information changes everything, and people are forced to reconsider decisions they thought were final. That is exactly where this story is heading. The person near you has started noticing that events are unfolding differently than they imagined. Their confidence is being replaced by hesitation, and their certainty is giving way to reflection. Without realizing it, they are leaving behind small clues that point toward a much larger truth. None of those clues seem important by themselves, but together they form a picture that becomes clearer with every passing day. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The closer this story moves toward its turning point, the more impossible it becomes for hidden intentions to remain concealed. Now everything is approaching a defining moment. The truth rarely arrives through loud announcements. More often, it appears quietly, through one unexpected detail that suddenly explains every unanswered question. When that moment comes, you will understand why certain conversations felt unusual, why certain situations seemed strangely timed, and why some people behaved differently without giving any clear reason. The final pieces are already moving into place, and patience will allow you to see the complete picture without confusion. Don't skip, because the next part uncovers the unexpected choice that changes the direction of this entire story and reveals why the ending will surprise everyone involved. A new chapter begins when what once seemed impossible starts feeling inevitable. The atmosphere around this situation is changing, not because anyone has announced it, but because the hidden pieces are slowly finding their place. The person close to you can no longer rely on silence to keep everything exactly as it was. Every conversation now carries a little more caution than before. Every ordinary interaction feels slightly different, even if nobody else notices it. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The closer this story moves toward its next turning point, the more obvious it becomes that time is revealing what words have tried to keep hidden. What appeared to be unrelated events are beginning to align with remarkable precision, creating a sequence that is becoming harder to dismiss as coincidence. Something even more unexpected is about to unfold. The person at the center of this mystery has started questioning whether the plan they believed in was ever as certain as they imagined. New circumstances have introduced uncertainty where confidence once existed. Quiet observations have replaced quick decisions. Careful pauses have replaced effortless conversations. Without intending to, they are revealing more through their behavior than they ever could through their words. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Every passing moment brings this story closer to the point where hidden intentions give way to clear understanding, and when that happens, even the smallest detail from the past will suddenly make perfect sense. The final moments of this chapter carry the greatest anticipation yet. You are not being asked to rush ahead or invent conclusions before the facts are complete. Instead, you are being reminded that patience often uncovers what urgency never can. Very soon, one unexpected event will connect everything that has been quietly unfolding in the background. A conversation that seemed ordinary, a detail that appeared insignificant, or a decision that looked routine may become the missing piece that explains the entire journey. Don't skip, because the next part reveals why this long-hidden situation reaches its most important moment, how an unexpected revelation changes everything, and why nobody involved will see the ending coming until it has already arrived. The story now enters its quietest moment, and that is exactly why it becomes the most important. When everything appears calm on the surface, people often believe nothing is changing, yet beneath that calm, decisions are being made that will shape everything that follows. The person close to you has started noticing that every attempt to keep things perfectly organized creates new questions instead of fewer. Their confidence is no longer effortless. Their timing has become more careful. Their words are measured more than before. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The closer this journey moves toward its destination, the more every overlooked detail begins to carry unexpected meaning. There is one final pattern that almost nobody recognizes until it is impossible to ignore. The most significant moments rarely announce themselves with dramatic entrances. They arrive quietly through a familiar face, a routine day, or an ordinary conversation that suddenly feels different for reasons nobody can immediately explain. As those moments begin to connect, the hidden picture becomes clearer without anyone forcing it to appear. The person at the center of this mystery realizes that every choice has led to this exact point, where keeping everything separated. The truth is not arriving through assumptions or rumors but through a sequence of events that naturally brings every missing piece together. What once looked confusing begins to feel surprisingly clear. Conversations that seemed incomplete gain new meaning. Small details from earlier chapters suddenly become the strongest evidence that every moment has been leading here. As the next chapter begins, someone will make a decision they can no longer postpone, and that single choice will reshape the entire direction of this story. Don't skip, because the next part reveals what finally breaks the silence, why everything starts making sense at once, and how the ending becomes far different from what anyone expected at the beginning.